What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with another video. The 2020 Elimination Chamber pay-per-view will be here before you know it, but who's going to emerge victorious? Join us now as Wrestlemania predicts this year's Elimination Chamber winners. As always, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's get straight into number 1 as we look at the Women's Elimination Chamber match, where the winner receives a Raw Women's Championship match at Wrestlemania 36. The participants involved are Natalya, Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, Riott, and Sarah Logan. But just before we get into who will win the match, we think WWE might give us a huge return. WWE announced that Asuka suffered a sprained wrist and was pulled from her scheduled match against Shayna Baszler on Raw. Whilst Asuka might be healthy enough to compete on Sunday, and this could all just be kayfabe, WWE could make the decision to play off her injury a little longer and have Nia Jax take her place. After all, reports suggest she's ready for a return and has been for the last month or so. It could be a great surprise to an otherwise pretty predictable pay-per-view. Now, while the outcome for this one seems like a given, the WWE has created some interesting subplots in this match. The main one being the presence of former Riott Squad member Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan. With the group seemingly disbanded, their opportunity to work together towards working the competition went up in smoke. However, what if the Riott Squad decide to put their enmity aside until it's just the three of them remaining? If the WWE is wise, they'll consider using this as part of the match's story. There's also what should be a subplot between Asuka and Natalya, as rumor has it Natalya is teaming with Beth Phoenix to challenge the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championship at Wrestlemania. Again, that's only if Asuka is actually going to be in the match, but if she is, she may do a number on Natalya in the Elimination Chamber match, likely with her green mist, leading to Natalya looking for payback on Asuka and all four women eventually getting involved. As for the match itself, this will be about showcasing Baszler's skills and toughness as the WWE prepares her to face Becky Lynch at Mania. While the WWE should protect Baszler, they shouldn't have her destroy all 5 opponents unless they want to ruin any future matches with the women's roster. The WWE have shown some restraint on Raw when Kairi Sane battled Baszler, having Shayna look strong without squashing one half of the Kabuki Warriors. With the Riott Squad trying to kill each other, Baszler should only have to worry about Natalya and Asuka, making the match far easier for her. But as for a winner, we see Shayna Baszler becoming the number 1 contender to Becky Lynch's Raw Women's Championship. The second match on the card, a 3-on-1 handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship between champion Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. Now, the problem with putting the Intercontinental Championship on Braun Strowman is that the title has traditionally been used to help get technical wrestlers over and few who are super heavyweights like the monster among men. Once Braun won the match, fans knew Shinsuke had no chance of regaining the belt save for a situation like the handicap match Braun now finds himself in. This one should see Strowman dominate his opponents until they triple team him, making it look like Strowman is in danger of losing the title. Naturally, this isn't going to happen, and Braun's only job here is to bury Nakamura. We'd say Braun is going to bury Cesaro and Zayn, but their respective pushes have been 6 feet under for some time, so this will be business as usual for them. In a perfect world, Sheamus will run in and either cost Strowman the match or deliver a beatdown to set up a Strowman vs Sheamus program. Whether or not this happens, look for Sheamus to be Braun's next opponent. The WWE could use a feud between Strowman and the Celtic Warrior as a way to build Sheamus back up into a main eventer. But as for a winner, we see Braun Strowman retaining the Intercontinental Championship. Next up, an Elimination Chamber match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, as champions The Miz and John Morrison take on the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, the Usos of Jay and Jimmy, the Lucha House Party of Lince, Dorado and Gran Metalik, and Otis and Tucker of Heavy Machinery. While some fans are disappointed with the WWE cancelling the men's match to determine the number 1 contender for the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns' win was a foregone conclusion, so why not go with a match with some suspense and the potential to put on the match of the night? Tag Team Elimination Chamber matches can be a lot of fun, and all 6 teams can go, which gives the WWE a chance to showcase its tag team division. Like the Women's Elimination Chamber match, look for some subplots to play out in this one as Otis looks to beat down Dolph Ziggler after Ziggler seemingly ruined his potential romance with Mandy Rose. Rumour has it, Otis will be fighting Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania, with Mandy Rose possibly involved as a special guest referee, so it's hard to think the WWE won't further their storyline somehow in the chamber. We could also see some heat between the Usos and the New Day, two teams that have fought before and that could see the Usos healing things up with the tag straps on the line. Although The Miz and Morrison just won the Tag Team Championship, don't think that guarantees they're going to retain. There's no rhyme or reason to WWE's booking, especially in the tag team division, and Vinnie Mac may think Miz and Morrison's title win was all they needed to re-establish themselves as a top team, hence there's no reason to leave the belts on them. Any team on this list could win it, yeah, even the Lucha House Party, but we're gonna go with its wish that the Miz and Morrison enjoy a long reign so they can feud with the New Day over the next few months, leading up to WrestleMania 36, hopefully in a ladder match. Hell, we'd love to see all of these 6 teams in a ladder match at WrestleMania. Sure, the Miz and Morrison don't need the titles to feud with the New Day, but do we really need the Lucha House Party holding the SmackDown Tag Team Championship? Anyway, our prediction is that the Miz and John Morrison retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The next is the Raw Tag Team Championship match, as champions the Street Profits of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins take on Seth Rollins and Murphy. With the benefit of hindsight, it's easy to see that the entire purpose of putting the tag straps on the non-team of Rollins and Murphy was designed to set up Seth Rollins vs Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 36. Rollins and Murphy were a hastily assembled team that kept the belts long enough for Kevin Owens to help the Street Profits overcome the Monday Night Messiah's interference, infuriating Rollins and continuing his feud with Kevin Owens. Like the Rollins-Murphy tag team reign, this match is another tool for the WWE to continue the war between Rollins and Owens. Look for the AOP to interfere in this one, and for Kevin Owens to once again interject himself into the match, leveling the playing field for the Street Profits so they can retain. With Rollins and Murphy out of the way, the WWE needs to set up a program between the AOP, who have been sitting on the sideline for far too long, against the Street Profits. If the WWE is serious about pushing the AOP, they need to do more than act as Seth Rollins' muscle men. Perhaps the scariest part of this match is that the realization that Raw's tag team division needs some shaking up, as it's quickly become stale thanks to some terrible booking. Other than the OC and the Viking Raiders, there are no championship caliber teams on Raw, and these teams have fought each other so often any future matches offer nothing new for the fans. But as for our predictions, we see the Street Profits retaining the Raw Tag Team Championship. Next up, Aleister Black vs AJ Styles. This match should come with the stipulation that Aleister Black gets his undefeated streak back if he beats AJ Styles. While that isn't going to happen, the WWE needs to fix its mistake of having Styles be the wrestler to break the Dutch Destroyer's undefeated streak on Raw. As we noted in our Raw recap, Styles didn't need the win to build his match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and the loss hurt Black far more than it benefited Styles, who at this point in his career doesn't need any help. While it's possible the WWE will have Styles go over Black again, thanks to help from Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, we believe things are going to be different here, and that The Undertaker is going to keep Anderson and Gallows at bay, so it's Black vs Styles one-on-one. The worst thing WWE could do would be to have Styles go over Black again, then have Taker confront the Phenomenal One. If the WWE does that, they might as well give up on Black, one of the most interesting characters on Raw, as well as someone who looks like a legitimate tough guy. Like many of the matches at Elimination Chamber, the WWE has the choice of booking things wisely or poorly, and while we know Vinnie Mac tends to do things poorly, WrestleMania isn't going to keep things optimistic and say Black defeats Styles, getting payback for snapping his undefeated streak. If not, the WWE should just scrap Black's singles push and have him team back up with Ricochet so they can kill both their careers in one match every week. But still, our prediction sees Aleister Black going over AJ Styles, or at least that's how we want it to be. And finally, the United States Championship match between champion Andrade with Zelina Vega versus Humberto Carrillo. Despite rumors that the WWE wants to take the United States Championship off Andrade, it's hard to imagine Humberto defeating Andrade, considering how many matches Humberto has been losing to both Andrade and Angel Garza. One thing we can be sure of is that it's going to be another excellent match, as Humberto and Andrade are two of Raw's most exciting wrestlers to watch, not to mention Vega, who always contributes to the match and reminds Wrestlemania of vintage heel valet/managers like Precious and Sensational Sherry. This is a situation where the WWE has to put the title on Humberto, or is going to put him in the same position as Cedric Alexander and Ricochet, two skilled wrestlers who connected with the fans but were ultimately booked as choke artists. By all accounts, Vince McMahon is still a fan of Humberto, so look for Carrillo to finally capture the United States Championship. Where things could get interesting would be to have Angel Garza cost Andrade the match, leading to Andrade turning babyface, Vega aligning herself with Garza, and Garza then feuding with Andrade. Andrade and Garza have each had fantastic matches with Humberto, so it's likely they'd have good matches against each other. Our prediction: Humberto Carrillo wins the United States Championship. But there you have it guys, our picks for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Do you guys agree with the picks? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.